Hello, my friends. Welcome back to question number 2 of our series of videos to help parents with tough questions about teens and drugs. These are straight answers. They're not always going to be the ones you want to hear, but as parents, this is what we need to know. This question is in regards to the response that we're going to get from our teenagers when we say, why are you doing drugs and do your friends do drugs? So often kids say, all my friends are doing it. And as a parent experiencing that answer, it makes you want to back off because we don't want our kids to be alone. We want our kids to develop a community. And if they suddenly have to walk away from friends that they've had for a long time or even a very short time, knowing that isolation and loneliness, these are devastating things on kids. And so we don't want our kids to be alone. We do want our kids to have a peer group and a social group. And as the marijuana culture is getting more and more inspired by media, the movies that make it not a big deal, and the news and the constant politics around medical marijuana, when we say, why do you smoke pot? How come you have to smoke pot? And the kid said, all my friends do it. If I don't do it, I don't have any friends. Really, the next question that comes up in our minds is that true? And as our kids saying, my friend this does it, my friend this does it, this friend does it, this friend does it, it really does start to seem like all the kids are doing it. But it's not true. It's extremely not true. And that's what makes this experience and this answer, again, not one we want to hear. If everybody was doing it, would we handle it differently? I'm not sure. But everyone isn't doing it. In fact, how many teenagers use marijuana on a daily basis has been going down since 1975. And right now, it's at its lowest it's ever been. There was a slight bump in the mid-90s of marijuana use going back up. And in 1996, it almost got as high as it was in 1975. But then it went down again. Marijuana use is low. They say 1 in 7 teenagers are using marijuana. Other reports from the National Institute of Drug Abuse is saying that up to 22% are using it. And even if you doubled that number, you still would not get half. Not even half the teens are using it. So what this means is, if your teen is saying, everyone I know uses it, they might be right. Everyone they know. Because the majority of kids are not using drugs. The kids your teenager knows are using drugs. And so we come back to that experience of, who's our child hanging out with? What are my kids' friends doing? Do you know your kids' friends' parents? Find out who the kids that your kid is hanging out with are. Meet their parents. And know very simply, the majority of kids do not do drugs. We want to believe our children. We want to believe that what they have to say is true and that they might be victims of culture, society, and circumstance. Drug abuse is serious. And whether our kids are willing to use drugs or that's all they're capable of, in both cases, we've got a problem. So it's time to look to the problem straight on. You can email your questions to me at aaron@firemountainprograms.com. Would love to hear from you. Thanks for keeping an eye on the kids nowadays. We need it.